It's 10 and 7. Do ye look on things after the outward appearance? So you can't, like they say, you can't judge a book by its cover. You can't just look at someone's outer appearance and judge them, as who they are. Or you a Spaniard, you an Edomite. How you know? Do not the scripture say, try the spirit, whether they are of the Most High or not? And the Lord said that our spirit, the Lord's spirit beareth witness with our spirit that we are the sons of the living power. And that's how this thing is being judged. It's being judged spiritually.
First and foremost, giving honor and praises and glory unto Yahweh, Hashem Yahushai, Hashem Rakah Kodesh, the water Yahweh Yahushai, the water Yahweh Yahushai, the water Yahweh Yahushai. Rakata Yahweh, Rakata Yahushai, bless Yahushai, call Lord Yahweh, Hashem Yahushai, Kalam Yahweh, Hashem Yahushai, Hashem Rakah Kodesh. Shalom to the elect, shalom to the hopeful, and shalom to the outcomes, pushing his word in truth and sincerity. Welcome back to another lesson of the video. Okay. The looking of the outward appearance. No, I don't know what I'm gonna name it. This lesson through the spirit. Be a quick one through the spirit. Lord willing, but let's see where the spirit takes us. But what, for you so-called Latinos, you Native American so-called blacks, you are the true children of the book of the Israelites. Turn back to your true power, Yahweh. But Hashem Yahushai, Yahweh being the true name of their Father, Yahushai being the true name of their Son. When the world can call God and Jesus, what those are not the names. Those are titles, false titles, and false names are dead. The true name of their Father being Yahweh, and the true name of their Son being Yahushai. But now, that also, but what for you Israelites, that may be among the heathen nations. Okay? But through your father's seed, through your father's seed, you go back to the patriarch of Jacob. You two are of what? A Israelite. Okay? There's no such thing as mixed race, mixed multitude. Okay? Now, every Israelite will be what? Black like Wesley Snipes. Okay? So don't judge a book by its cover. Okay? Try the spirits. Okay? Roughly paraphrasing. But it be a what of power. Don't look into the appearance, the outward appearance. Okay, Yahweh, the Heavenly Father Yahweh, search of the heart. It is what our spirit that bears witness. Okay? Romans 8 and 16. The spirit itself bear witness with our spirit that we are the children of power. Okay? It's according, so going back, which we're going to go into it, and we're judged not according to appearance. John 7 and 24. This is why you try the spirits. Okay? And what that spirit will show you is that what? That there's a flavor to these things. Okay? Another way you can try the spirits and what it said that what we would be as this sort of the earth. Okay? Roughly paraphrase what Jacob is the former of all things, the beginner of all things. Okay, that person would be as what he would have a spirit of an Israelite, He would have a little soul to him, what you would call it swag, like that Israelite would be, smooth, confident, and so forth, in that type of way, in that type of manner. But the Spirit will bear witness, okay? It will show through the Spirit. So John 7:24, judge not according to appearance, but judge righteous judgment. Okay? As well as what? There's another one upon the looking not at appearance. Yeah, 1 Samuel 6:7. But the Lord Yahweh said unto Samuel, look not on his countenance or the height of his stature, okay? Because I have refused them. For the Lord Yahweh said not as man said. For man looketh on the outward appearance, but the Lord Yahweh looketh on the heart, okay? Go back to what the beloved our elder said in the video, okay? This is how we are supposed to move as well, okay? Because sometimes you don't know who who you be speaking to, who you come across, and so forth, okay? Okay, deal peaceably with all men, okay? Be wise as serpents, okay? Okay? So you can't look on the outward appearance, man, okay? And not only that, but what Numbers 1 and 2, this is not a skin color thing. It goes back according to, who your father is, okay? Remember the man begots, okay? Okay? So there's no such thing as mixed multitude, okay? There's no such thing as being mixed. There's no such thing as being two flags, okay? As we see you people do, okay? You talk about you have this, you have that. No, you're what according to what your father is, okay? Whatever tribe your father is, that's who exactly you are, okay? Okay? Once again, a man begots, okay? And what, your mother is nothing but, a walk-in incubator, man. Okay, they keep the child that man had planted in that woman healthy, and then that child come out, okay? It is according to your father's seed. So Numbers 1 and 2, take ye the sum of all the congregation of the children of Israel, their families, by the house of their fathers, with the number of their names, every male by their poles. Okay? And they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the second month, and they declared their pedigrees after their families by the house of their fathers, according to the number of their names, from 20 years old and upward by the poles. Okay? 17. Numbers 1 and 2. And the Lord Yahweh spake unto Moses, saying, speak unto the children of Israel, and take every one of them a rod according to the house of their fathers. Okay? Of all their princes, according to the house of their fathers, 12 rods write thou every man's name upon his rod. Okay? Once again, it goes back to according what to your father is, what tribe your father come from. Okay? Okay? So once again, continuing, let's see, and what Ephraim is a cake on turn. Okay? there are different shades on two sides. Okay, I'm putting a cake unturned. Not only that, but not only that, he said what he said just as a speckled bird. If you search up a speckled bird, okay, it's different shades, different colors. Okay, upon that bird, okay, because what Deuteronomy the 28th chapter, James 1:1, okay, Israel was what scattered, us being scattered with what we mingled among the heathen nations, okay. Jake took them, the heathen nations, woman and so forth. Okay, but nevertheless, this why Gentiles and so forth came about. Okay, they had what rights, conceded rights. Okay, but they were raised out the custom and so forth. Okay, which a true Israelite will be raised in. Okay, they were raised as heathens and so forth. Okay, okay, taking the customs of whatever those places they were scattered from, taking the customs of the woman and so forth. Okay, but nevertheless, those are Israelites with rights. Okay, okay. So once again, for you so-called Latinos, Native Americans, you so-called blacks, you are the true children of the book. You're the Israelites, as well as what for you Israelites that may that is among the heathen nations that may look like the heathen nations, but according to your father seed, you go back to the patriarch of Jacob. You too are what an Israelite. Okay, okay, according to your father's seed. Okay, okay. Once again, there's no such thing as this is a skin color thing. There's no such thing as a black Hebrew Israelite and so forth. Okay, not every Israelite is gonna be black like Wesley Snipes. Okay, okay, okay. Once again, it is without spirit that bears witness without spirit that we are the children of power. Not only that, but you're what the salt of the earth. Okay, whatever Jake do, okay, Jake gonna make whatever Jake do. Jake gonna make everything shine. Would it be dance? Okay, singing and so forth. Okay, Jake will make that thing blow up, be popular and so forth. Okay, you gonna have a type of swag. Okay, or you will call it like, hey, look, forget about the outward appearance. Forget about this brother's color and so forth. Look at that brother moving, man. He's smooth, okay. And then when that brother get around, Jake's darker than himself. That brother, you know, he naturally connects, man. That's the meaning behind it, okay. So try the spirits, whether they be of power. Okay, don't judge a book by its cover. Don't look into the outer appearance. Okay, because what Yahweh searcheth the heart. Okay, okay. And I think that's about all I wanted to grab. Barakzah, Lord willing. This was edifying. Okay. Okay, once again, us being scattered, the curse set on us. Okay, okay, we mangled among the heathen nations. Okay, okay, those children was not raised in the custom they were supposed to be raised into and so forth. Okay, they became a citizen of wherever those children was raised up and so forth. But nevertheless, those children had rights, conceded rights. Okay, okay. They are still a part of that fold. Okay, okay. Um, is there anything else I wanted to grab? Okay. You know, that's how Gentiles came about, calling themselves Greeks. Okay. But what they were Israelites. Okay. Just like us. Okay. Okay, just like us. We was once Gentiles. Okay. Okay. We were raised in the custom of Babylon, which is America. Okay. We are what citizens of Babylon, which is America, and so forth. I hope you've seen it through the Spirit. Okay. That's it. That's exactly how it took forward back then. That's exactly how nothing new under the sun. It takes place now. Okay. So nevertheless, let us continue the video through the Spirit.
2 Corinthians 10 and 7. But the carnal man cannot discern the things of the Spirit because they are spiritually discerned. That's where they'll look at somebody, you're a Spaniard, without having no understanding, you don't know this man from Adam. You don't know the first and last thing about him. You don't know who he is. You know who his father is, so on and so forth. You just look at him, he looks like a white boy, he's a white boy. He looks like an Arab, he's an Arab.
And then when you do that, you be cutting off the kingdom. Okay, you be offending the little ones. You be cutting that kingdom to the Israelite. Now you got that Israelite thinking, something wrong with them. There's nothing wrong with you, beloved brothers. That's a different shade, man. Okay, we still family. We family. So I don't know what these other camps are on about and so forth, but over here you are family. Okay, familia and so forth. Okay, your family. Don't worry about these other camps, man. Okay.
Just like an East Indian, he's an East Indian, and that's why a lot of you individuals out there that know that you're Israelites, when the time comes, when you start seeing these Israelite foreigners coming in, looking like those straight up heathens, you're gonna get offended. NIV, you are judging by appearances. See? AM.
And once again, that's not the right spirit to be in. Okay. That's why once again we have to do our peace with all men and be wise as serpents. And what was I gonna say through the Spirit? Once again,
You are looking only at the outward appearance of things. So you can't just look on the outward appearance, because the Lord searches the heart.
But that's about all I wanted to grab out right there. Lord willing, this was edifying. I was gonna say something else, but I don't even know, man. It slipped my mind. This is why we have to be changed and so forth, as well as what the Spirit is like to win. But that's about all I wanted to grab.
Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shah.